All right.
Thanks, Leonard.
Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of
What are you eating today?
I didn't
All
even
I
see what
have
it
is
actually
35
water.
minutes
was.
of starting soon is crazy. Yes, this is our super
And that was
chill
minutes
vibes.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our super chill vibes stream that involves nonsense. Hi, everybody. It has been a day already, and I've only been awake for like, I don't know, an hour, barely.
I was also late because I desperately needed coffee. So
I
it
was
has-
setting everything up, so I showed up 2 seconds before Elias did.
I am the reason we are exceedingly late. Well, freeway exits and off ramps.
off ramps.
Sorry. Off ramps.
Off ramps are awful.
Constructions. All the constructions.
Particularly
We have a
awful
joke
when the
here
off
in-
ramps are full.
I know.
We have a joke here in Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
only
either winter, or construction.
one. Yeah, we have 5 seasons. Almost winter, winter, still winter. I can't believe it's still winter, and road construction.
Except you
Um,
forgot fall spring, that week that is warm, and then you go back to snow.
That's
That's
road,
it's still
road
it's still
construction.
winter.
That's what we call that road construction.
We call that road construction.
In Houston,
Um,
Texas, there were 3 seasons. Summer, which was probably about 10 months. And then hurricane. And then other.
Yes, sounds about right.
we have a major highway that goes through most of the state. It's I-94, and I-94 goes through Chicago, goes into Indianapolis. It's a really, really long interstate, one of the longest. We've been here for almost 30 years. So in the like 25, 26 years that I've lived in Wisconsin, I-94 has not been under construction in the area that I live, I think once. Now, I-94 has never gotten better. Like, you would think if they've been fixing it for 30 years that like it'd be it's not. There are potholes, everything about it sucks.
It's like the 5 freeway that goes from San Diego to like Canada. It's
The
always
five.
under construction.
Like, doesn't it go from Mexico to Canada?
Yes, that's San Diego.
Yeah.
It's not called the 5 in Mexico.
Well, it's not called that in Canada either.
That's why I said to Canada.
And in Northern California, it's just called 5.
So anyway,
Yes.
road construction
you.
is fun.
Important detail.
The northern southern split of California can be described in, do you call it the Freeway 5 or the 5?
It's literally just Southern California out of the entire country.
The reason is because one of the first major highways was the
Hollywood.
Pacific Coast Highway.
I thought it was the Hollywood Highway.
It was the Pacific Coast.
Huh.
And so, and the Hollywood is also called the Hollywood. So there's actual names. So it transitioned to
Right.
the Hollywood Freeway to the Freeway, the 805.
California,
History.
Southern Californians do not understand the concept of correct description of numbers, and so they just kept calling it the 5, the 405, the 1, the 101, etc.
So,
I mean,
announcements.
it's still an actual thing.
Like
So
I
it's
said,
An
This
actual
this is a
thing
major
because you
If
guys
you have-
made it a thing.
this is a major distinction between Northern and Southern
It's
California.
a major
and it
distinction
causes
between the
fights.
entire country and Southern
I'm
California.
sorry,
I
you
go to
still
other
have
places-
people in San Francisco calling it the Bay Area.
Yeah,
Californians
because it
are
is
very
the Bay
possessive of
Area.
everything.
Well, that's just
We
a
are the
word.
only Bay Area that matters.
That's proper English.
Yes, but it is a name. It is the name of a freeway. So you call it the.
Numerical designations are hardly a name.
Sorry, Jody.
So,
I'm not sorry.
announcements.
I'll die on this hill every time.
Earlier this
It's like
week,
the
I'm just sorry
weirdest thing.
for starting
we did a
it.
Not
stream
the.
of the latest Nintendo Direct, and despite all of our pessimism,
Did we have
we
pessimism?
got some pretty amazing stuff announced. We got a brand new 2D Zelda game that's coming out in a few months here, called The Legend of Zelda. It only took us 35 years to let you play as Zelda. Um, some people are claiming that it's Echoes of Wisdom, but I like my title better. Um, and despite the fact that at the beginning, the one thing that we could all agree on was there was going to be no Metroid news. We not only got
Where are these lies coming from?
Metroid Zero Mission on Switch Online, which I had forgotten how short that game is because
Very
I've
short.
beaten it already.
Yeah.
Um,
And Metroid was in the Nintendo World Championship compilation game.
oh
so-
yeah. And we got a trailer for Metroid Prime 4, which looked gorgeous.
And see,
It got us all very excited.
I didn't know that was a short game because I've never played Metroid. So
Now you know, and now you know it's not as much of a time commitment as you might have thought it was, and therefore the excuses to actually try Metroid have started to diminish.
I left my Switch in Wisconsin.
I left my heart in San Francisco.
I left.
Yeah,
my,
that's a
because it's
terrible
the
place to
Bay
leave your
Area.
heart.
So
Anyway, I've linked the trailer for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. It's pinned in the chat. Everyone, please watch it a few dozen times. Thank you.
Elias
so that was
single-handedly making Metroid the most popular Nintendo game.
Oh, don't worry. When Dread came out, we spent like 6 months advertising it here. Every time Elias was on, I was like, "Go play Metroid Dread."
As soon
Oh, I
as-
know. I
We were
remember.
here for that.
Oh yeah.
As soon as they have.
By the
an
way,
actual release date for this.
Dread still the best Metroid game, but
It's yeah, it is. It is very, very good.
so yeah. So lots of cool stuff coming out of that. In tabletop news, Wizards of the Coast, the people that make Dungeons and Dragons, have been going absolutely insane, releasing trailer after trailer for all of the new classes and subclasses. They've been giving out preview copies of a lot of stuff to various D&D YouTubers, including friend of the channel Dale Kingsmill. She actually got to do a sponsored video from Wizards of the Coast about the new Dungeon Masters guide that's coming out in November. So it's really cool. You guys should all check out Dale Kingsmill's stuff. She's Monarch's Factory on YouTube, and she's awesome. And one day I will get her to guest star in this show. I've only been attempting to do it for 6 years, so there's hope.
We got her to audition.
We did. Trying to think, are there any other big things that are going on right now? There was a new ZU podcast that went live like a few weeks ago, month ago, something like that I think I forgot to talk about here. Check it out. It's cool stuff. I think it's even on YouTube, which is awesome. Fun
Wild.
fact, the #1 platform to listen to podcasts, YouTube, by a pretty massive margin.
That's where I watch my podcasts.
Because you watch.
I can't do audio. I can't do audio only. I put it on and then I need to be doing 1,000 other things, but I need the image there too.
See, I'll listen to podcasts while I'm on the road.
I don't have a car. And actually, when I'm driving here, I listen to Broadway radio because I'm heading to or from rehearsal.
That's
So-
fair. I don't have a car either. Still do it.
I have a car, but I'm too afraid to use the sound system. Also, the air conditioning.
That feels like that fits into your lore.
You would be correct. Though it's easy to guess that after I've confirmed it already.
Uh-huh.
So, Yeah, cool stuff going on in the world of tabletop RPGs. Yeah, I've started trying to figure out how to run a Metroid theme tabletop RPG because that's what I do when I find new things
If you would
that
like a
excite
console,
me.
let me know.
Yeah, I I run a mini campaign in December every year. And part of me is wanting to run a Metroid mini campaign this December just to see if I can get Elias to join.
I mean, I would, yes.
Just trying to pick a system. Thus far, I've narrowed it down to Stars Without Number, the Cipher system, or the Modern Age system. So, cool stuff there. The easy answer is GURPS. Shut your mouth, imp. We will
GURPS.
ban you for saying blasphemies like that. We don't use that word. um yeah, anything else really big happening? Like I've been basking in the glow of the Nintendo Direct, and then Thursday night I started playing the new Elden Ring DLC, which has been a blast, despite the fact that it's massively frustrating. And apparently, good game design now for action games is create an arena that is massive and make the boss be able to cross from one end to the other end of that arena in less than a second, while it takes you like a minute and a half, and then watches the players have to spend the majority of the boss fight running up to the enemy just for it to spit in their face and then run to the opposite side. That's apparently game design now.
For Souls
I am
games.
game design.
Gosh, I cannot spell.
Anyway,
My shows open in about a month. Tickets are now on
hooray!
sale.
You're in a show now too?
I told you I'm in a show. I'm in Fiddler.
Oh,
I'm in Fiddler on the Roof, and I'm in a Cole Porter concert. You don't have to come to either, Elias. You're fine.
a cold port. What is that?
Cole Porter
He's
is
a
an
singer.
American composer. He's not just a singer. He wrote a ton of standards. His
So
most
you're
famous would
singing,
probably be
or
Night and Day. Yes, I am singing.
okay?
And then I'm in Fiddler on the Roof.
Are you chorus for Fiddler, or do you have
I
a listed
am
part?
technically I'm Rivka, because
Ooh,
I've got that solo, and I'm understudying Golda.
ooh.
I
Yep.
have
Fiddler is an amazing show, by the way. If you've never seen Fiddler on the Roof, it's absolutely fantastic.
an announcement that United Airlines is a very bad airline and should be
Yeah.
blacklisted from all of your traveling, even if it's just up the state to San Francisco to see a friend in a play that they're starring in.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pissed about that.
Boy, what did
I tried to go see Lex in Mary Poppins, and the airline said no.
really?
Yes.
Yeah. I bought my tickets for me and my mom that same night, so that like we could all be there. And we have a text exchange going where Eli's like, "It's delayed. I should still get there in time." No,
Oh,
we just won't let him go.
that sucks so bad.
And Lex was really, really good too.
Yeah,
Like,
Lex,
What I
they
heard.
they closed the show that he did. I think it was last weekend, right?
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, he
Otherwise,
did.
I'd be seeing
Random
it this weekend.
people, yeah, random people were coming up to him both after the show, but also posts I saw on like Facebook and social media, uh, calling Lex a triple threat and talking about how great they are. And my mom says that was the best thing about the show. So
Awesome,
this is
awesome,
not to make you
awesome
feel
stuff.
guilty, Elias. I'm so sorry you couldn't
I
come.
knew he was good in it.
I think
Even if he
think
was
the
bad at it, though,
person
I would have seen it
we
anyway.
should be making feel guilty is the fact that Lex isn't here. So
He's taking
Well-
a month to recover.
Honestly, the amount of work Bert has to do in that show is insane. So if Lex needs a month to recover, they should have a month to recover.
Had to go full Santa Claus.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, cool stuff going on. Lex did an amazing job. Ilea is going to be doing an amazing job in multiple things. And
I'll probably get to be in charge of when we're going to stand and bow and do all that fun stuff again because I have a need for control um, for the
which is why you're
concert.
going into academia.
That's not why I'm going into academia.
Well, like if that was her primary concern, she'd go into politics.
Politicians
Clearly,
don't have. Well, if she went into lobbying, then yes, she would have lots of control. Politicians have very little control.
I don't want to do that either. I just never
So,
want to leave the education system. I
I
want
was
to
about to say,
always learn.
at this point, it's borderline Stockholm syndrome. It's just I've been here so long. This is my home. I can never leave.
There's a funny joke about Stockholm syndrome. Oh, what was it? Oh, people were talking about a museum in Stockholm and how amazing it was. And they were like, I spent 4 hours there. I didn't want to leave. And they're like, Stockholm syndrome. It made me happy. I also made a really stupid geology joke the other day. Uh,
Did it
because I'm
rock?
understudying, since I'm understudying Golda, I'm the false Golda, so I'm Pyrita.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's a very bad joke, but it made me happy. And it made my mom laugh, so that's what's needed in life.
Puns are the lifeblood of existence.
That's not true in any way.
So anyway,
You
any
keep
other
account
announcements?
of blatant lies Jody passes off as fact for every stream.
Another thing, recent study came out. Apparently, 47% of statistics are made up on the spot. So, really fascinating thing there.
48.
Statistics are
No,
evil.
keep riffing for actually just keep riffing for 5 more minutes. Actually, 2 more minutes.
As Ilea finishes grading the assignments, trying to think if anything else big is going on right now. We're all of Zelda Universe is gearing up for a game that we didn't know existed last week. It's always fun in the Slack channel that we use to keep in contact with everyone. The leaders, which I, for some inexplicable reason, am a part of, they'll ask, "Hey, make sure that you guys are thinking about what your team needs to be able to, deal with this brand new game." And my team is you guys, and I'm like, maybe I'll make it a tier where everybody gets a rod that can make beds. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So all grades are now posted.
Can we talk
which
about
means I'm gonna get emails.
The main tool or weapon Zelda has?
Yeah, yes, we can talk about that. So guys, I want you all, first of all, I would like to thank Nintendo for watching.
This is also
Realms
no
of the
longer
Wild.
my fault.
And the reason I know that Nintendo watches Realms of the Wild is the new rod, the new weapon that Zelda gets in The Legend of Zelda. This time it's not Link. Or The Legend of Zelda, this time the title is actually accurate, is the Rod of Tri is her special weapon. And anyone that's been watching this long enough knows that I created a special item for Realms of the Wild called the Rod of Restoration with the players called the Trifork. And if that isn't proof that Nintendo watches this, I don't know what is. They literally took the Trifork and the Rod of Restoration, smashed them together, and that's where. So you're welcome. I am the reason that we are finally getting a Zelda game.
Thank you.
Oh, Kids in Capes got or met their Kickstarter goal. But anyone doesn't know, the Kids on Blank series or the Kids Blank series is a series of rules light RPGs that started with Kids on Bikes and then Kids on Brooms, which was their kind of Harry Potter magical school themed one, and now they have a superhero themed one that met their Kickstarter.
Coyote and Crow is also launching a new Kickstarter soon.
Is Cuddy and Crow the one that was based on Native American mythology and everything?
Yes, it is created by indigenous designers and storytellers.
It was
So
one of the
there's an
systems that I meant to get and I
expansion
just
that's
haven't.
coming. I got it and I did a presentation on it at a conference, and then it was destroyed in the flood of my bedroom, 2023.
Oh,
And then I bought a new one.
is it a good system? I haven't had a chance to check
I
it out yet.
haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I really want to partner with some other academics and like do groups where we do playthroughs of it. So I'm excited for it.
So cool stuff there. There's oh man, the past like 6 months or something, I have seen like a dozen different tabletop RPGs that I've been really, really excited about. I think only one of which I have been able to back. There's a new Cipher System supplement that they are. I think they've are yeah, the Kickstarter ended like the end of last month. But I didn't get a chance to do that. And then the previous Cipher System thing that I did back, um, I just got the PDF for their new Magic themed expansion, which is really, really cool. And has a brand new list of ciphers that may be showing up in the game because they're all amazing. So, anyway, I think we have vamped enough. So, it is time for us to return to Tears of the Realms. Only an hour late.
And 2 minutes.
The party has made it past the no man's ground, separating the world of the forest Minish from the world of the town Minish. As they went exploring, Fubari, their Minish friend, pointed them towards a barn where she knew a few of the family members that lived there. But the welcome that they got upon arriving was less than warm. Greeted at spear point, the party was immediately imprisoned and questioned about their relation to the shadow sickness that had been spreading amongst the Minish in general. The party claimed to have a possible cure that simply required speaking to the elders of the town Minish. Having realized that the distrust between the town Minish had grown to a point that no one would be receptive to any sort of message, the group decided to try to create something that might be beneficial, which resulted in Mado designing a new shield specifically designed to glide through the air in the hopes that he could trade this information to the rest of the town Minish in an effort to get them to cooperate. And that is where we return. So As a reminder to me, where we left off last week. Sorry, my brain just like took a vacation in the middle of that sentence.
Well, let me help you with
relatable.
where this campaign's going to end up. Where is the nearest alley?
Oh my god.
Are we in an alley
That's
now?
all we need to know. Are we next to an alley? Because we should really just go in there.
We
And
glide
then
into an alley that has walls all around it, and then we have to...
I would also like to know if there's a bakery near this alley.
So outside the window where Motto is planning on testing his shield, overlooks an alley.
yes.
Wait, isn't the building we're in right now a bakery, or was it a barn?
It's a barn.
It's the barn, yeah.
Why did I think it was a bakery?
Because we were talking about getting scones last time.
Well, the apothecary is in a bakery.
It's near the bakery.
Yes.
I remember a bakery being brought up recently.
Yeah, because Ilea asks every time we go to a town.
I don't ask every time.
And then
I've been asked in a
Adesh
while.
specifically asked for a scone. So
The thing I've been asking every time right now is how far along is the thing Mato and I are working on?
yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm excited for that.
So, if I remember last week, was it Zariah or Dilly that actually tested?
Dilly, because she went small.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So Dilly tested.
They went small, sorry.
Motto's new shield prototype. It mostly worked, and the test was enough to give Motto the information he needed to kind of finalize his project. So now you guys do have a way to glide between buildings, which again is safer than walking on the ground. Still not completely safe, but so yeah, with that, what do you all want to do?
Well, we gotta get these mass produced, right?
Yeah, Motto's working on them.
Not so much mass produced. Like Motto doesn't, but to be blunt, Motto doesn't have the materials to make more than just enough for you guys.
Okay.
But he was.
We were making
the plan was
prototypes.
to sell, trade
Yeah.
the idea itself,
For an audience
and then
with
the
mayor,
Minish
right?
themselves, especially the town Minish, are relatively good at manufacture of their own goods, so they'll be able to manufacture these.
So we were supposed to trade the successful prototype schematics for an audience with the mayor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has this happened yet?
No.
Matto, that's a fantastic prototype. We should trade it.
So how do you guys want to do that? You're currently locked in an attic.
Okay, I don't think the idea was to trade it, if I remember correctly, because we were mimicking the cloak of the leader.
What?
So it was to get us out. Because so the design of it was inspired, and because Arai really wants to fly again, instead of stealing the cloak from the leader, the idea was to replicate the cloak. I don't think we were going to barter with it.
Oh. I mean, we would still keep the actual prototypes. We're just telling him the designs, right? And show them that it worked.
Okay. I don't remember that part because we were talking about it after we were already locked up in the barn.
Right.
So we haven't told anyone that we're going to barter with it, and I don't think we discussed that as characters either.
I thought we told the
So when you guys were locked up,
that was something else. That wasn't
you guys
the glider.
had asked, well, we need to meet with the leaders, and they basically said they're not going to meet with you.
No.
They're terrified of you. He's like, well, if we were to give them a reason to, and Motto was just being Motto and going, well, what about, what if we like escape through that? And then your contact there that I can't remember the name right now because Caesars suck. Um, said, well, they would be very, very interested in that because it'd be significantly safer than going on the ground to get between buildings. Because right now, all of the different families that live in different houses are effectively cut off from each other as a method to uh, slow down the spread of this shadow sickness.
Doesn't make sense. But okay.
We can do
I
both.
thought so. I thought there was something else that Motto was making that was the original. Hey, we should do this. This is what we should make. Because he was going to work on that when we were downstairs in the shack. And then when we got upstairs to the workshop, we were talking about, or we started to work on the glider. So there were two different things that Motto was working on.
Oh, I thought
the entire reason
been,
you guys went
Dilly's
up
thing.
to the entire reason you went up to the workshop was to make the shield prototype.
Yeah, she's talking about while we were in the cell downstairs
Yeah.
before we started doing that.
Yeah, while we were in the cell, we were Motto was talking about making something else, and it wasn't until after we got up to the workshop in the barn.
What I'm saying is the only reason you went to the workshop in the barn was to make the shield.
Yeah, that's what we're saying too.
So it wasn't what Chax has just said is you guys didn't decide to make the shield until you were already up there.
No.
The motivation for why you went up there was to make the shield. You never would have went to the workshop if he wasn't already deciding to make
when
the
we
shield.
were in the cell, Matto
Yes.
and Dilly, I believe, were working on whatever their secret project is.
Okay.
And then, in
Oh,
addition
that's
to
what
that,
it was.
we were also talking
Okay.
about how we move forward.
Yes.
Okay, that's
and
what it
then
was.
we
Thank
just
you. Because
talked
I
about
was
the
like, I
shield
know there
prototype,
was two
and that's when
things,
we
but
got
we.
moved up there.
Okay. Because I was like, I know Motto was working on something else, and I remember discussing that something else, but it was the Dilly work.
Well,
That's right.
I also stole Motto's shoe to
wait,
make your
there's something
fake
Yes.
wizard staff thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I remember Dilly was
Sorry.
also screwing
Thank you.
with me for some reason. I can't remember why or when.
With wiring?
Diddley is
No.
always screwing with something. So
Um,
anyway, you guys have a prototype shield.
now
You were still
now we have
locked
remembered
in an
correctly.
attic.
Sorry,
It's been a while.
it has been a while.
Tell me about it. So I mean, all right. Up here in the workshop, is it just us, or do we have Dottie's? What's Dottie's character's name? Sorry,
Fubari.
Fubari.
Do we still have
It's
Fubari's?
Fubari's friend's workshop. So
Are they there?
They've been in and out. They're not kind of locked in there with you guys, but they
Right.
keep kind of coming in every so often to check on.
Are they there now?
If you want them to be, yes,
I do
you can
not.
call for them. Okay, so they're not there currently.
Um,
Again, if I remember correctly, I said it took like a few hours for him to be able to
Yeah.
completely finish his design because he'd been working on it for a little while, anyways.
Okay. So we have the prototype. We know it works. Fantastic work, Matto. You should take a break. You should pat yourself on the back and sit down and maybe not speak for the next 2 hours. You too, I know. So we can try the diplomatic approach that we talked about, trading this for an audience, or we can obviously use these to escape and try to go there ourselves. I'm thinking that's like a fallback plan if they try to like take it and then don't do anything and lock us up. But that would mean summoning the Cape Man up here so that we get an answer, and if he says no, then we abscond out the window. Thoughts, suggestions, insults?
Oh, plenty of insults, but I thought you were being serious for a second.
Well, I was, but then nobody said anything, so I wasn't sure what the response was.
I'm trying to be nicer, but if you want to give me the option to insult you again, I will gladly start to.
I mean, I'm just pitching a plan and some ideas,
So-
and no one said anything. So
Wait. So, Adesh, is your plan to be nice and escape if it doesn't work?
That's correct.
Okay. And Dilly goes over and just on the shoulder goes, "Good plan," and walks away.
Do you walk towards like a wall or like what?
Are you still
Uh,
small?
I'm only able to be that small for a minute, so
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
right.
guess no.
Very impressive they were able to put their hand on my shoulder when they're, tiny.
I mean, they
Calls
could be
up
flying.
Adesh.
They could be flying, so
That would be even more impressive.
just
Just a flyby shoulder
we
pat.
lift them up exactly. Dilly's gotten so used to it. Um,
I assume Dilly is going to explore the room for any other fun things.
Well, it's a it's a relatively well stocked workshop. It's mostly designed around kind of tinkering and some like minor woodworking, so things that you would find in a situation like that, like calipers and various woodworking tools, a few kind of tinkering style to the tools.
I'm gonna check something really fast. Don't mind me. Can calipers.
Soraya, are you okay with this plan? Or would you like to throw some of those insults you said you were saving?
no, Mada's not here. We've got several good ones.
He's right
for
over
him.
there.
Mada's not paying attention to us, so
Oh,
I'll
you
have
can
to
only
wait until
insult
he can
when they're paying
respond.
attention, I see.
Yes. Well, no, but
Oh.
I'd rather him be
You get
focused
more
and
enjoyment
see
out
the
of it.
responses. Yes,
Yeah,
very
okay.
much so.
Yeah.
Because your reactions aren't quite as funny as his.
Well, I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not.
I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong.
Can't use the calipers to start a fire.
No, what did you think calipers are?
I know what calipers are. I was just double checking to see
Can-
if there was a way.
Caltrop start a fire.
I
We
mean,
will find a way.
theoretically,
I have some seeds that explode into fire.
if
What
they
were
were
we doing?
steel calipers,
do have
steel
bombs.
can set off
That's true
sparks.
too.
Yeah, what material are these calipers made of?
Oh my gosh.
Wood.
What other
Hot
metal?
iron.
What other metal materials do we have?
I've been watching a lot of Forged in Fire, and so I've been learning about the
You wanna
different
make
types of
thermite?
steel. Yeah, no, you don't get access to thermite. I don't care.
Thermite's actually really easy to make.
Are
There's
there
no
bomb
aluminum.
flowers nearby? No.
Aluminum doesn't exist in this world because I know what you would do with aluminum.
That's concerning. Fubari.
Hi.
Yes?
Oh, I thought you went non-verbal for a second. Sorry. Can you call your contact in and then tell him to get the leader in so we can try what we just
Yes.
talked about? That would be.
So, Grumpo, the leader with the cool cape,
Yeah, cool.
comes in and he looks upset, to say the least. He's like, I don't understand why I am here. These outsiders. We have
Hi.
given you more leniency than we should have.
Hello,
We're
sharks.
locked in a room.
I'm
I mean, if you wanted to restrain us a little bit more, I can show you greater retaliation.
We're here to.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's
Oh,
right.
if you want to do like slip knots, I can do that.
Show
can
you
do
all.
lots of
I
fun
just
rope
keep talking
things.
over them. We're here to show you
We're
all.
looking for $200,000 at 20%.
Yeah, I don't watch enough Shark Tank to know. What
No,
to say
this
after
is a
all those sharks.
multi-million-dollar business. 20% for only 200K. Absolutely not. I'm out.
Yeah.
I love us.
I haven't watched Shark Tank in probably a decade.
I haven't watched Shark Tank in ever. Is it
In
that
ever.
You're
old?
not missing much.
It's been on for a long time, yeah.
My favorite thing that has ever happened on Shark Tank was somebody came and tried to pitch a multi-level marketing company to the sharks, and they all just looked as like all of them are just going, seriously? You realize that we're like we actually work in business. We know how businesses work. Multi-level marketing only works on people that don't understand how businesses work. You're really pitching this to us?
This August is the 15-year anniversary of Shark Tank being on the air.
Oh,
Dang.
maybe
Yeah.
Rums will catch up one day.
Who knows?
We've been on the air for 37 years.
Yeah.
It's been 3,000
It
years.
hasn't been like I thought it was like 82.
It'll give you such a crick in the neck.
Jeez.
I should know I have it right now.
Hello, sharks. We're here to show you this prototype of a specialized shield that will allow you to glide from rooftop to rooftop, therefore allowing you the option not to have to travel on foot, avoiding the giant people, and avoiding the shadow curse. Did they call it the shadow curse? Do you guys call it the shadow curse? The bad stuff that's out there now. And allowing you to resume communication and your way of life. And we have a demonstration, I believe. Can you
Hello,
demonstrate
sharks.
this? Yeah.
Welcome to my demonstration. Step right up, step right up. I will show you the amazing, what are we calling this motto? What is this called?
He just kind of looks at you.
Flying shield thing.
Zoraya's ability to fly again.
No, wait. Sorry. When they said step right up, they don't cross this line, please. This is a safety margin. Thank you.
I mean, danger is half the fun.
Still coming up with a name for
So-
it, but this is currently what it is.
Do I need to get small?
I would
Are we
just
doing that again?
Stay normal size
Motto,
because they can't.
Nods.
Motto says I gotta get small.
Zoraya goes over and is like ready to hold Dilly.
Okay. So
Grabs the back of their shirt, just like waiting.
I am going to get to the small size that I was when we tested this.
Okay.
And I guess we'll do it again. Second verse, same as the first, but maybe a little better.
So the test this time goes even better than the last one. The last one went relatively well, but there were some issues. This one, you're able to glide to exactly the point that you chose with very little difficulty. You land there, turn around, glide back. No
Can I also
problems.
glide over their shoulders and then resize on the other side of them?
Oh, that's right. They haven't seen you go tiny.
No.
Did they react when
I
Dilly
just want
went
to say
small?
ta-da from behind them.
No, do it when you're small.
Guys, my brain is not ready for this right now. I'm just
It's the morning effect. You do tabletop RPGs in the morning, and it's.
And I am chaos.
So yeah, due to the fact that my brain can't comprehend anything right now, as you guys are watching, you suddenly kind of lose track of Dilly for just the briefest of moments, and then they kind of appear behind Grumpo and the other people that came with him, and goes ta-da! And immediately 3 spears are pointed at you.
Not the most sharp weapons I've had in my face.
Grumpo turns to the other member of his kind of guard team and goes, why do they keep calling us sharks? We're Minish. We look nothing like them.
Sorry, forgive us. Sharks is a greeting of respect where we're from.
Sharks and minnows.
Oh, meow, said the minnow to the trout.
When you're a shark all the way from your first cigarette till your last dying day.
Do the thing with my feet. It's
Unfortunately,
really
that's
hard to make that dance make
Actually,
sense when you're sitting.
the Sharks actually don't get any songs in West Side Story. It's only the Jets get a couple different songs, but the Sharks get
Yeah,
nothing. The Shark Girls get America, but the Sharks
yeah.
themselves get nothing.
Well, in the first movie adaptation, the Sharks get to be part of America. They're also part of Tonight.
Well, yeah, but everybody is a part of
So
Tonight. Like,
nice.
except for like Officer Krupke, everybody and Doc, everybody is in Tonight.
That's because it was written by white people.
Yeah, and played by
So-
white people.
So the white people get everything.
Yeah, even the washing machines.
Also, here's a fun fact: if you pay Musical Theater International for the rights to perform West Side Story, part of your contract specifically states you are not allowed to put the Sharks into America or to switch the positions of Officer Krupke and Stay Cool in the show, because in the movie version they do both of those things.
Mhm.
Yep.
But you are not paying for the rights to the movie version, nor does Musical Theater International own the rights to the movie version.
For Fiddler on the Roof rights, there are very specific dances and actions you have to keep it in. So that's fun, especially when some of those are actually antithetical to Jewish tradition. That's a different conversation.
Performance
So ta-da!
rights. So, Grumpo kind of looks at all of you and goes, "So, why are you showing me this?"
Kind of look over to the contact about the exchange of information and the sort of
So, between Fubari and Fubari's friend, that I, of course, remember their name.
I'm pretty sure that's their given name, Fubari's friend.
Yeah. When they were when they were born, their feathers like, what should we call them? Oh, well, they're probably going to be really good friends with Fubari, who has also just been born. So let's just call them Fubari's friend.
Be more impressive if they were older than Fubari.
We're just gonna call them Fubari's friend. Who's Fubari? We don't know yet. We think
We'll find a
their
Fubari.
we think their entire life is going to be defined by their relationship with one person.
Cut to.
And so between the two of them, they kind of explain what they're thinking, and Grumpo is not pleased with the idea. And he basically says, we don't even know if they are spreading the shadow sickness simply with their presence, and now we are going to allow them to spread across all of the town Minish.
While he's monologuing,
Yes.
I would like to try and just sort of like casually just position ourselves in the room to where if we need to jump out the window we can.
Okay.
Do we all have one of these shields, or is it just the one?
Right now there is a single shield.
All right, okay. Make sure.
But it's now on the opposite side of the room as the other people. I'm nearer the door than they are.
Sarai is just leaning on the nearest object, which is probably a table, with her arm up like this, and just so the wooden rod or staff is visible at the jewelry actually now, and just like
So wait,
she's trying not to antagonize him.
Dilly with the shield is or is not within sprint of the window?
If you
Well,
weren't behind him,
there's-
you wouldn't have been.
Grumpo is in between Dilly and the window at this point.
We can split off.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to like group us all together.
Eventually, Grumpo would get upset with the fact that Dilly is closer to the door than Grumpo is, and would encourage them to reunite
Fantastic.
with their friends.
Fantastic.
Reunited and it feels so good.
I mean, this is our pitch. Like I said, if we were spreading the shadow curse just by our presence, I'm pretty sure everyone would have been infected by now, including ourselves, obviously. So
Yeah, you'd be infected.
I'd be infected. We'd all be infected, and so
Not
that's,
you. Billy said it to Grumpo.
Well, yes. Anyway, I'm saying that's incredibly unlikely, if not entirely not possible. So,
As you're saying that, I'm gonna burn a GM intrusion.
as this happens, someone gets a shadow curse. That's great.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. No.
That honestly,
Near impossible.
Yeah, the likelihood of this happening is like 1 in falls down shadow cursed, 2.
We gotta go.
I just want to give
as you
Grumpo
guys do
some
that,
paranoia.
another Minish Kika comes up and gets Grumpo's attention, kind of whispers in his ear, and you watch as Grumpo's expression goes from just this kind of resting anger face to actual contempt and loathing. So, were you going to tell us that one of your number actually controls the shadows?
Who controls the shadows?
I have just had a report.
Shadows here.
There was a hawk who used the ground separating the forest Minish lands from the town Minish lands as a hunting ground. It was engulfed in flames of shadow.
Not ringing any bells.
According to one of our scouts, that one, and he points at Adesh, was the cause of these shadow flames. And you want to tell me that you are not the ones that created this problem? He looks at Fubari's friend that has a name that's not Fubari's friend.
Is the scout in the room? Is it the one that just whispered in the ear?
That was the one that just came in. Or you're actually not sure if they were the one that saw it, but
Okay,
the
well.
messenger that told him that is here.
I'll address
Tim
them.
says that the friend's name is Tella.
Tella, there we go.
Tell him. So I'll address who I assume is a scout. I'm like, you saw the hawk. bird.
You do not address my people.
Okay.
Hi,
Should I address
people.
you? Great. I'll
Sorry,
address
did
you.
you say dressed or undressed?
No.
Dress?
No, no, no,
Address.
no, no,
Oh, I'm
no,
so
no,
sorry.
no, no, no,
From
no,
what
no,
I've
no, no,
heard,
no, no,
Adesh
no.
is really good at the undress
No,
part.
no.
That's true. That's why I was a little confused about I'll dress you.
If, sir, you saw the hawk, the way it was damaged and the way that we had to defend ourselves, you'll see that the symptoms or type of damage that was done to it does not look like Minish that have been affected by the shadow curse. They're different things.
You're trying to use logic.
Yeah.
That's not going to go well.
I understand that
So you are accelerating your plan. Instead of slowly putting my people to sleep, you intend to burn them alive.
I told you.
I
that
am
doesn't go
done
well.
with all of this nonsense.
Well, then so are we. Let's go. And we run. I'm running.
Okay.
I'm sincerely hoping the one with the glider is following.
What about? So the glider's this big. The glider's tiny.
Yeah.
Or did we make a full size glider?
I
So
thought-
the thing with Motto, the way that his shields work is when he's not using one, they are tiny. And then when he
Yeah.
equips it, it turns into a full-size shield.
And the reason that we did this is things that are on me also go down, and we needed the
That's right.
space for the air travel.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot items go small.
So it's
too.
still
Okay, perfect.
unideal having 6 potential people on a single full-size glider, but it is full-size.
It is a shield designed for a single person. So
We're just
if you
looking
want
to
to
glide to
attempt
one
to use
roof,
it-
even if we have to burn it.
So yes, Dilly is following, but Dilly first goes, "Thank you, sharks," and
not quite expecting you. Like all Grumpo and his guards that are with him are all looking at you guys like you're nuts because
we are.
well,
you know.
normally, like the barn itself, like the top window that you guys are at is probably like 20-ish, maybe like 30 feet in the air normally. But because you guys are menace
It's like a
size,
skyscraper,
you guys are,
basically.
yeah, you guys are at the top of a skyscraper. So they're all looking at you like you're nuts. Not Fubari. Grumpo still has his spear kind of ready, but it's not pointed at any of you because he's trying to figure out what the hell it's you're doing.
We're trying to
He's-
use the
he's
confusion
absolutely perplexed.
to have the opportunity. All right.
So, what do you all want to do?
I want to hand this to someone else to be like the main person in control of it because I want to get Tiny to maybe make the
Oh,
weight
okay.
that
Yeah.
it's carrying a little bit less.
Give a slight edge.
Just
I will
a little
say-
bit.
I will say, if you guys want to use this, Motto can use it with no problems because that's what Motto does. Any of the rest of you guys are going to have to try to make either a courage or a wisdom check, difficulty 5, to be able to use it, and only one of you can use it at any given time. I'll let if Dilly wants to go small, I will let them ride on a shoulder.
So,
But that's the only way you could have more than one person using it. Because again, it's just a shield.
so you're saying it's not okay.
If multiple people wanted to use it, it would take multiple trips. Does that make sense?
So we can't all just like hang on to it and ruin it and hope it descends or fall to the nearest safe point.
Yeah, it would buckle under the weight. You guys would just plummet towards the ground.
How
Oh.
far up are we?
The equivalent of probably like 20 or 30 stories.
Oh,
Well, it would have been okay. Okay? We wouldn't have
And-
done that before this moment.
Can Zariah make vines to climb down?
not that far.
I mean, again, if you guys want to,
I mean, we have rope.
yeah,
but
if
that
you,
would
if
take
you guys
time.
want to use it, you can. It's just there's only one of them.
Well, like we made an escape plan based off of the wild card of just we all hang on to it and hope it slightly descends or fall. But if we knew beforehand that wouldn't work, then I don't know if we would have made that as our backup plan.
Well, I think since we didn't have anyone and we weren't expecting anyone to come in to directly challenge us, like the
We
plan was
summoned
to
them,
make more
yeah.
shields.
Oh. Okay,
First.
it was also unclear if we only had the one or had many.
While this conversation is happening,
It's not a
can
conversation. This is
Dilly
a
It's
meta
not-
conversation.
Well,
This is
Sorry.
I know. But just like
Sorry, out of character.
flavor. We just want Dilly to be entertaining the people by distracting them with things like juggling.
Yeah, I was about to
The
say,
random
Dilly just
trinkets in the
suddenly comes
room.
out.
Yeah.
Grumpo,
Dilly,
getting
don't use your
upset,
knives.
getting upset more often, kind of looks at Tella, and kind of chastises them, and is getting ready to just leave and lock you guys in here.
Honestly, I think that's the best solution at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I misunderstood our situation when we came up with this backup plan, but nobody said anything either, so I'm sorry. It's
It's been a
I
while. It's okay.
repeatedly talked about there being only one shield over and over and over again. So
No,
I
I
thought you
think
said
he
that
was-
we had only made well, it was twofold. I think you mentioned that there were like materials enough to make only enough for us, and I maybe took that as we had enough for us. But then also, like, we talked about us using this backup plan and not knowing that
Which
we
you
would have
can, you
plummeted.
just
Right.
can't all go at once.
Right. So I think
Okay.
if I remember correctly, and granted I normally don't, but I thought the idea was to like continue, like once we found out the prototype worked, then Mata would work on the rest of
Making
our
more.
shields, and then at another time or a later time, later in the day, tomorrow, we would present the prototype.
That might have been
That
the
was
original
my
plan
understanding of
from-
what we were
from
doing.
last session, and we just forgot. But either way, if it looks like they're just gonna
We
lock
don't
us
have
up
that at the
again,
moment, so
Yeah.
then that works just fine. But yeah,
just let Grumpo leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Dilly keeps juggling. Ooh. Ah.
So, sorry guys, I'm having a really, really hard time concentrating right now. So, forgive me if I'm not as articulate as I normally am. So what do you guys want to do? I guess.
Let him leave.
Okay, he's gone.
Okay. So this is considered an alley, right?
workshop alley.
Our workshop
Okay.
alley.
But
Don't worry,
Dilly's
Jody. We can
going-
keep role playing this out for 15 minutes. So
yeah, Dilly's going to stop juggling and go, Motto, can we help you make more shields?
and he
Yeah,
just sort of
it'll
shakes his
take-
head no. Go away, you guys.
Mado and I know are already just.
They're sketching things out in the notebook. She's showing Motto how to use a notebook. Oh no, sorry, Adesh didn't use notebooks.
No, it's all up here.
That's right. Because you've actually got to memory. Most of us don't.
My
Or draw
character
things.
does.
I clearly don't. I didn't even remember testing the thing till you told me I did it.
It's like 2 years ago, Dilly. Don't worry about it. Sorry, Ilea.
It's fine.
How long have you guys known each other?
Yes.
Really quick, can I just check? Does the window open?
It's just
There's
a
not
glass
a
window.
there's not a window in it. It's a
Oh, it's just the
yeah,
it's a window
glass.
opening.
open
Yeah.
air window.
Okay.
There's no glass or
Great.
anything.
Great.
Don't worry, I can always make a window.
No, that's the opposite of what I wanted.
Oh.
Glass is unpredictable and
No,
sharp.
not talking about glass. I mean like just like this window.
Oh,
is
you're going to
exposed.
blast a hole. We could have a new window. That'd be
Precisely.
fun.
If it's too small or we
can
can't fit
probably
through
just
it,
use
then
the
we can.
window that's already here.
Well, if it's too small, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Can you
Make
make the window
larger.
that's already here larger?
That's a good question, actually. So can
This is
I
now not an
control-
alley, it's redecorating.
This area needs a little bit more light. It's not big enough to let
I'm gonna
enough
take down this
in.
wall.
Yeah.
It's definitely not load bearing.
You're right. So, that's a good question because I know I can grow plants. Can I modify existing plants?
You
Oh.
do not currently have that ability. Yeah, right
That
now your ability to grow is based entirely off of your rod of shadow binding.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, any type of like creation of plant or anything has to come directly from it because it's basically just a translation of your ability to build
Then-
shadows.
Okay.
Um,
Perfect.
Second
So-
question.
Hmm?
Is there a saw in this workshop?
Yes.
So we can do
There's
it the manual
axe,
way.
too.
It's also not
can't make an
caltrops,
axe.
calipers.
Calipers.
And when calibers are just a measurement tool,
Yes.
like you use it to measure how wide something is.
Look, I'm just saying that there's a lot of things that you shouldn't make fire with that you can figure out how to make fire with. And saws can be musical instruments. So there's Zariah,
Yes.
why don't we just make it bigger without powers? Holds up a saw.
I mean, we can. So what can okay, another question for you. Since Zariah can grow things, and I'm guessing we're in a wood, right, structure?
Mhm.
Can Zariah, which is porous, can Zariah grow vines to basically go into the pores and then make them grow faster so they expand? So basically grow sprouts and then have the sprouts expand?
I would say the pores themselves in the wood would be much too small for anything that you could grow to get in. Wood is porous, but the pores are not visible to the naked eye.
Right. Okay. So if there's a split in the wood and something goes into that split and then expands, the wood will break.
You'd have to roll for it, but yeah. The other thing that you guys should be aware of, the window up here would be a small window for a normal sized human. You guys are Minish. The window is larger than you are.
Oh. You said a small window, so I was thinking like, oh, maybe it's like a
Yeah,
porthole.
small window for like a barn, but again,
Oh.
because you guys are so small,
Okay.
Small.
the window
So
itself.
we don't have to worry about the window.
Yeah, it's another one of these things where you guys are just like fixating on something, and the image in my mind is very different from the image in yours. So I'm like, it's probably like a 20 by 20 foot window for you guys. I don't know. You guys aren't that big. I don't know. Is Matto
Guys,
planning on growing?
It's just a door. Twist the knob.
Yeah. It's like the doors. You haven't checked to see if it's locked.
Jilly's gonna
Not
disappointedly
even
go
the
try
doorknob, just push
to
it.
find something to saw.
We had, I kid you not, it happened at a table next to me at a D&D night.
Oh, I love this story.
They were doing an adventure, and they'd done the hard part, and all they had to do was go out the door to get to the end of the adventure. The door specifically says that it swings inward in the module, and so the players go up and they try to push on the door, and the DM, thinking that because they specifically said we push the door open, he's like, oh well, when it doesn't work they'll just pull it, and he goes, yeah, as hard as you push nothing happens because they're big stone doors. And they spent, I kid you not, of a 3-hour session, they spent an hour and a half to 2 hours trying to find a way to open this door. They tried digging under it. They tried breaking the door down. It was a magic stone door. They tried using the various items in the room to trigger the door. Like an hour and a half until somebody went, wait a minute, has anyone tried pulling? And somebody goes, we pull the door, and the DM goes, and it opens very easily, almost as if it was designed to open that way.
How long did I spend in that one game we played with the river, and there was some sort of balloon device to cross the river that I just could not picture in my head, and so I spent like 15-20 minutes just asking questions about how it worked. So
I have the foggiest idea.
I
I kid you guys not. My memory is so bad right now. I cannot remember most of yesterday.
Yeah.
So that is probably why this has been such a weird session. So anyway, my original
also who you
understanding
have.
of what was going to happen, because the shields themselves are a specialty of Motto, I was assuming that after everything was finished, Motto would make enough modifications to it to where he could ferry everyone across each rooftop. It would take a little bit longer, but it wouldn't require teaching everyone in the party how to not only shield surf, but also the intricacies of air surfing on a shield.
That's actually a really good idea, Motto. Yeah, we should do that.
So
Modifications. Thank
Oh my god.
that
you.
was
Im.
what I understood of what the plan was not that everyone would get their own shield, because that does belittle a little bit of what makes Mato's character unique, but that he would use his unique ability to ferry everybody whenever things needed to happen. And if that's the plan that you guys still want to utilize, it'll take him probably another 20 minutes to make the necessary modifications to get it working.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye out and make sure no one comes back. But yeah.
So hold
At
on.
this point, you guys are relatively certain that this has become your new jail cell.
This is a
And
great jail cell.
yeah, and you can tell that they not only have locked the door. You guys heard the sound of heavy things kind of moving on the other side. You think they have barricaded you in here.
Well, that's not going to help them.
Hey, that just means they won't
So-
check for a long time.
Okay, hold on.
So they just helped us. Thank you guys.
They did. That's true. At least we'll be able to hear them if they decide to come back in. So sorry. Are we going to give or use the glider as a bargaining chip or not? Because if we are going to use it as a bargaining chip, then I think we should make a second one and give him the crappier one. So Mato would need more time for that, but if we're locked in here for the night, it would make sense he'd be able to build it.
I think.
Well, with how angry he is at Adesh, I don't think the bargaining chip will work.
Well,
I think,
Grumpo's mad at Adesh.
I think this.
Grumpo's been openly hostile to you guys since you got here.
Right.
Yeah, I think this family. It would take a long time for them to not listen to this guy, and this guy is non-negotiable right now for the foreseeable future. So I think we just go directly to the mayor, or
So-
the apothecary.
Thus
and then to the
far, you
mayor.
guys have not spoken to anyone outside of really just Grumpo and Tella. Like Grumpo is not allowed anyone else to speak to you.
Yeah, he got really
So-
mad when I talked to the guy. It's like he
Yeah.
likes to be the center of attention. You can tell because the cape.
Yeah. It's how capes. It's the primary function of a cape is to make you the center of attention. So.
I
So if
could
we're
be
only getting
doing
one
that.
shield, where is his cape being kept currently?
But imagine on his
On
back.
his back. He sleeps
And-
with it.
Where is
He
he?
wraps himself up in it.
Honestly,
burritos
for
in his
traveling,
cape.
that's the right choice.
There are poisons that would not.
Oh, that's the other thing
Yeah.
I should have mentioned in announcements. Renegade Game Studios is releasing a book about plants, the kind of mythological uses of them as sources of alchemy and magic. And I think it's fascinating.
That's cool.
They're doing one for rocks and minerals as well.
I love
Yeah.
that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's designed as like a tabletop RPG
Cooking game.
aid. So like if your players
Cooking
want
aid, yeah.
to,
What poisons are
make
you cooking?
potions and stuff like that, you can go, oh well,
You can
traditionally
cook them up.
this particular herb is normally related to healing powers or things like
But
that.
if you increase the potency by 3-fold and you add X-berry to it,
I just, as soon as I heard about it, I immediately thought of Kiri, because Kiri knows quite a bit more about the medicinal and non-medicinal use of plants than anyone I've ever met.
so be glad that you didn't give Kiri the ability to grow plants.
Yeah.
Be
I
connected with
did give Kiri
nature.
a list of poisonous plants and like side effects and dosages. So
Can you send
that
that,
might
to
have-
me too,
I can send that to you. Yeah.
please?
I wrote it a long time ago. So what effect do you want from your plants?
Well, I've got a list of a lot of like paralyzing one as well as incapacitating.
Mhm.
Let's see.
So anyway, Motto, if you guys want an additional one to be able to effectively give, Motto is able to create additional prototype, but it takes him effectively the rest of the day.
So, yeah. So okay.
Well, that gives us the cover of darkness to escape.
At this point, it's nightfall.
Did they feed us at all?
No, you have upset Grumpo enough that they have not given you food.
Great.
Soraya
Dilly is
grows
100.
berries.
Billy is 100% on board with escaping.
I mean, I can grow fruits. Berries, not fruits. I don't know if I can grow fruits. It's probably not.
Soraya, please take this in the best possible way. I know who your mother is. I'm not going to eat your fruit.
It
Didn't offer you fish.
does not.
I said fruit. If you offered me fish, I would eat it. That fish was delicious. Anyway, are we
Oh,
escaping
that was
now?
us.
Well, so
Yeah, that
are we-
was this group.
Were we making a second one as a?
Yep.
Motto
has
spent
a
the
second.
day.
Yep.
Okay. So we're leaving them the worst one.
Yes.
Yes.
Motto, both of these are great.
Is there
Whichever
something
one
to
you
write
think.
on?
Yeah, all of you have multiple notepads
Yes.
Great.
as given to you by
Um,
Kess.
So I would like to write to Grumpo.
One of you can have my notepad if you
Love us.
want. Love us.
It's like a hand flipping him off.
So are you guys
Dilly's
leaving?
not going to do that, but I'm fine if Soraya comes
Soraya
and
will.
has it. Yeah.
So I guess my understanding of this is you were going to keep the second prototype to give as your bargaining chip when you talk with the elders. Are you going to leave it here for Grumpo?
No,
Well-
we're going to use that as a backup bargaining chip. Like, if we
Okay.
want to talk to the mayor and Grumpo's not letting us, then we can always escape, go to the apothecary, and then talk to someone else and have that someone else. Like, does that make sense?
Well, so
don't
we
know
just need to
anymore.
figure out
But
what.
we can take both.
We
and
warned
just
you this
leave
was
a
gonna be an
letter
alley
where we
episode.
flip off Grumpo.
Yes.
We just need to
Well, I'm
figure
saying-
out what we're doing with this second one. Is it for Grumpo or for the mayor?
It's for the mayor. Like, we're not giving anything to Grumpo. Grumpo's
Okay.
just our
Okay.
gatekeeper.
That
We're
Okay.
just
giving him
that
a
was just
letter.
what I needed to understand. Is
Okay.
I was also confused about that.
Because I
Okay,
thought at
I'm
one
sorry.
point you
Getting a
guys were going to
letter.
leave the second shield here as like, here Grumpo, here's a conciliary gift, and I was like,
No, it
No.
was to say that, hey, we have this cool thing that your leader might want. Take us to your leader.
okay, yeah, Grumpo
Well, we-
seems like
Man.
he is not open to
I'm
negotiation.
debating on doing something, but
All we left Grumpo
Probably
is a
not.
letter that includes a crude drawing of a middle finger.
oh, don't do that.
Soraya did it.
Soraya,
You-
don't.
Dilly
Adesh
wrote the
doesn't
rest of the
know.
letter.
Adesh doesn't know.
Hey,
All
what's
Adesh
that?
hears is Dilly go, to Grumpo, love us.
You have to specify who.
Who? What?
Who is us? He doesn't seem like the brightest
Who are
person.
you?
The brightest Minish.
Who?
Your scum between my toes.
Oh, I recognize that reference, but I don't know where from.
Little
The
The
rascals.
Little
Little
Rascals.
Dear darling, I hate your stinking guts.
Oh, that's-
You make me vomit. You are the
scum
scum
between my toes.
Love alfalfa.
Alfalfa.
No,
Arr,
alfalfa.
crunch.
Not alfalfa. Alfalfa. Because he can't say alfalfa.
And then she goes,
We got $1. We got $1. We got $1. Hey, 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 hey.
I'll trade you a pickle for a nickel. How about
I
two
got a
cents?
pickle. I got
Okay.
a pickle. I got a pickle. Hey, 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 hey. And then Reba's the driver.
I've got 2 pickles. I got 2 pickles. I got 2 pickles today.
I've started something.
That
I'm going
movie
to.
was my childhood.
Yeah.
So I'm also
That
going to
and the
assume
Goonies.
that Dilly is not aware Zaraya drew the middle finger. Dilly wrote a nice note and walks away.
Oh no, Zariah would have like leaned next to them and sort of, you have to define us.
Okay, so you're going to write our names? Sounds good. Bye, Zaraya.
So, if you guys want to escape, unfortunately, that is where we're going to end it for today.
No way. It
I
was
would
an
love
alley
to
episode.
I would love to go further, but due to the seizure and everything, I literally have no idea what's going on right now.
That's right.
So-
Neither do we. So we're all in the same boat. No.
I'm certain there was something that happened. You guys figured out that Grumpo's a dick, and
Yes.
We plan to plan.
congratulations.
We plan to plan. We plan
Yeah.
to escape, which we plan to do.
And now we started the game with 1 glider. Now we have 2.
Yay!
So yes,
Progress.
apologize to anyone watching, especially if this is your first time and you're trying to figure out what in the hell is this.
We
It's
don't know.
normally much more coherent.
We've been
I
out of the
swear to
game
you.
literally for a little while, so it takes a session like this to get back into
Yeah.
it.
We do have math rocks. We just don't
Yes.
roll them when it's the 3 of us.
Yeah. If you come and it's just the 3 of us and the GM,
No, we're going to be talking and making plans that we probably won't follow.
we will never move from where we are.
If you're binging this show, you can probably get up to
Yep,
speed
these
just by
episodes.
hearing the recap in the next episode. So.
I hope you had fun.
But it won't be as fun.
As being live. But come when we're
So that's all for today. Thank you so much for showing up for this nonsense that I don't understand at this particular point in time. But that's all for us today. We'll see you guys hopefully next week. I don't know.
next time.
Have fun.
Dragon Ball Z.
Huh,
Next
well,
time on Power Rangers.
This is a filler episode of Dragon Ball Z.
We did
All of our
we did a bottle
episodes are-
episodes. Anyway, bye-bye, everybody. I'm sorry this doesn't make sense. If it makes you feel any better, it makes less sense to me. So,
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
bye.